everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading, Leo. This is going to be your reading for July 2021. It's great to see you guys again. If you are a member on Patreon, then you will have already had access to this reading. Well, that's how we're going to do it in the future. I got kind of a late start this month, but whenever the readings are done early, those go up on Patreon, and then the extended readings are always on Patreon. So you guys will have access to that. Let's see what's going on for July for you, shall we? Okay. The overall energy for July for you, Leo, we have the Five of Swords. This is my second go at doing your reading, and this is the second time that it has come out relatively early. What does that mean? I think that there's a lot of aggression, and to be frank with you, I think that some of it is coming from you, and how that aggression manifests itself is what matters most, right? So don't feel like that's a dig, because we can be aggressive about the right things, right? And if you're standing up for someone, for example, or if you are aggressively working towards achieving some dream that you have, aggression is not a bad thing. Like I said, it's how it's expressed. But the Five of Swords here suggests that other people are involved perhaps in July, and this could be their words. Words hurt. Words do indeed hurt, and I think that the different ways that they are used to confuse, to disorient, is quite sad. Be careful when it comes to the drinking, if you drink. Six of Pentacles. The things that we want, Leo, and how aggressively we want them, it says a lot about us as people. We really have to ask ourselves from time to time, just how far are we willing to go, for better or for worse, right? That's what pushes us to continue to aggressively work towards something good, something that is foundationally healthy. And in contrast to that, it's also the question that we ask ourselves when we're trying to self-regulate, when we're trying to make sure that we aren't crossing the line. So you're walking that tightrope in July, and it is very much about how much is too much. It's about recognizing the boundaries of others and recognizing that you can only go so far with some people, or force some people, and you can't force people. We all have free will, and you have to be okay with someone's desires being different from yours, someone's values even being different from yours. Resist the urge to take it personally. Sorry guys, let me show you these. That's the Ten of Wands and the World card. In this deck, it's the Universe. So resist the urge to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, Atlas. I know how badly you want the things that you want, but what's good for you is not necessarily good for something else. Or for someone else, I should say. What's good for you is not necessarily good for someone else. In some cases, it's definitely not good for someone else with the Tower. And we got the King of Wands coming out in reverse. You could be dealing with another fire sign. I would say an Aries. I think that this person is pretty upset. Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's like no coming back. And I think that's what you want. Let's talk about these. All right, guys, we're back. Here are your cards for July. Let's talk about these. So looking at your cards, Leo, I can't help but think about Icarus and how he flew too close to the sun, and you know, the remarkable wings that he had fashioned just completely broke down. And in a very spectacular way, taking his pride with it. How far we go for some of the things that we want is really where our focus needs to be in July, Leo. Like I said, I think that for some of you, there's something that is not really for you, doesn't really want to be caught. And it's like you're really needing to make peace with that decision and respecting that person's space and understanding. No matter how badly you want feelings to be reciprocated. Some of you may be going on a trip, or there's something that you've been planning for some time, and it's almost like it's just what you need after dealing with something like this, right? To just have all your, to just leave all your worries in one town and fly to where there are no problems. The thing about that is that the things that we ignore have a very nasty habit of making themselves known to the world in a very embarrassing fashion at the most random or inconvenient times. This is why it's healthy to deal with those feelings. This is why it is, self-regulation is a must for all of us. Not in the thing about any kind of unrequited situation, guys, and I use that loosely, any situation where you're not getting the desired result, right, of the time, the energy, the thought that you are putting into it, anything where that's what I mean by unrequited here. It's an immense act of self-love to not allow yourself to be infatuated with it any longer, Why? Because to continuously devote time, energy, resources, effort into something that isn't producing any results, it's like we are robbing ourselves from the fruits that could arise if we were to plant seeds in a more organized and careful and conscientious manner. And if we were to, focus our attention on the things that would give back to us. So this is why I feel it's an immense sense of self-love, or it's an immense act of self-love to bring an end to the cycle, to put the burden down, to move forward, to handle the feelings, accept them, and move forward in peace, rather than carrying all of it with you to another country, for example, or to another part of the world. So there's this thing here where maybe you want to run internally and also run externally. Some of you may be running or just like, doing a lot of cardio, or maybe cardio is on your mind. Yeah, that Aries energy is here, so there's definitely something about fitness. Speaking of the Aries, let's talk about the Aries. Something is, there are irreconcilable differences here. That's the phrase of the season, it seems like so far. There are irreconcilable differences. And there's a sense that the situation has come to a close. It's decided, it's a closed case, it's a done deal. But I think that there is a desire here for it to be re-examined. It's almost like maybe you feel like there's more that needs to be understood about it. There's more that you need to understand about this person. Could be a Sagittarius as well. Perhaps there is a perspective that this person has to offer, or that this person always has to offer. So it's like if they are not communicative, if this person is silent, then it kind of drives you crazy, because you won't know what they're thinking otherwise. Especially if this is someone that is, uncharacteristically quiet. So there's that. I think that you do want a response from someone. You want you may be desiring an understanding here. Yeah, there's a lot of focus on wants. And like I said, I think that this person is upset. I'm not sure what happened. But I'm being reminded of that metaphor of Icarus flying too close to the sun and getting burned. So if you are dealing with a fire sign, give it time. Give it space. I think it needs that. And I think that you need that. And it's during a time when you may be longing for closeness. You may be longing for camaraderie and coming together and a joining of forces, getting together, going on trips with groups of friends, hanging out with people once again, So I think that you want to be in that setting, but it's like at the same time, not everyone wants to get together. There's still time to turn back, to just bust a U-turn. I think that you know quite a bit about a situation here. And I think that it's just letting logic be the order of the day. If we were to allow that, then I think that you would avoid some pitfalls. I do think that if you are dealing with a fire sign, they may be kind of here to upset the balance in your life a little bit. This person, you know, I don't mean this to sound, patronizing in any way, but I think that there's something that you can learn from them, or that's something that you are learning from them. Look at this. Here, I'll show you this first. Temperance. Gotta make sure that's in focus. So it's like this person is a piece of work. Do you see it on your mind? And it's just like, oh my gosh, listen to that song, On My Mind. On My Mind, Jorja Smith. I'm gonna put it in the description box, but totally fits. Because I do think that you are finally seeing or understand what exactly went wrong. And here comes the feeling of wanting to correct said wrong, but I just don't know if the opportunity is there. And that feeling of being in limbo, stuck in between what you want to do and what you know you should do, or what you want to do and stuck in between what you want to do and the opportunity that may or may not present itself, is what's proving to be exhausting. We're going to do the extended reading right now, Leo. I want to go ahead and say thank you for your energy and for sticking with me. And I want to wish you the best of luck with this energy this month. Life will give you whatever you need to take you to that next level of consciousness. When you're going through the throes of a difficult situation, or you can't see past how you feel, it can be hard to think about an experience that way as a lesson of sorts, as something that will ultimately set you up to be on top in the future. But it depends on what we garner from that experience, and how much we garner from that experience, how much we see, how much we come to understand about ourselves and about other people and about what we can and cannot have, depends entirely upon whether or not we are willing to accept the reality of what we are experiencing. I'll see you on Patreon if you would like to see the extended. Bye.